You've made the decision to come to Belarus and now you are in Belarus. So how do you survive? Now, this is a big secret that will help you to navigate your ways around Belarus and how to become successful, not just in Belarus, but in any country at all you find yourself as a foreigner. These steps I'm going to talk about here in this video is going to help you to navigate yourself and to integrate into the system. All right. So now you're in Belarus. I'm going to use my own life experience as an example to show you what I learned, the mistakes I made, and how you can navigate your ways around in the country to, integrate as fast as possible. And the same things that I did and how I found my way around to, get my permanent residency in less than 3 years. So this is what you're going to experience as a foreigner in Belarus. So now you are in the country and you don't speak the language or you don't know how to find your way around. These are the things that are going to help you. I see a lot of people on the internet complaining, bitterly about their experiences, how they are not finding jobs, how they are not, doing well, how they are not making money. Well, the truth is, if you ask the right questions, you're going to find your way around. Whoever asks questions always find answers. Even in the Bible said you should knock and you shall find. But depending on the kind of questions you're asking or the people you are asking for questions, right? The people you're asking for directions. If you don't ask the right people, you are going to get stuck. It happens everywhere, whichever country at all you find yourself. Now you're in Belarus. How do you navigate your way around? How do you survive? Now the thing is, immediately you come into the country, you don't know anybody, you're probably not working at your dream job yet, or you don't understand the language. So how do you navigate your ways around? Now, this is what I did. Before I moved to Belarus, there was an advice that a very wealthy man in Nigeria gave to me. I went to visit him a day before I traveled, and he told me that, my son, things take time. Good things takes time to happen. But most people get it right because they rush themselves. He told me about his stories, how he started as an Okada, even with his family, and going to school the same time. But look at him today. He's a wealthy man, living comfortably in his dream home, right? How did he do it? He told me that, my son, be patient with yourself. You're traveling to Belarus tomorrow. Please do not be harsh on yourself. Do not rush yourself. Give yourself at least 3 years. 3 years without worrying about moving to another country, without worrying about getting too much money or become rich, or without worrying about doing things back home. Just give yourself 3 years to integrate into the system and you will understand what I'm telling you today. So I heed to his advice and I traveled to Belarus. When I came in, I didn't understand the language, there was no proper job for me to do. And I was looking for ways to integrate into the system, to start earning money so that I could take care of my bills. Because first of all, you have to survive here first when you come here. So what did I do? I looked for a job that doesn't require the knowledge of the Russian language, right? And most of these jobs are menial jobs. I started with a restaurant job. The first 6 months I spent in this country, I worked in a restaurant, as you can see on the screen. That was me working in a restaurant. I worked for 6 months in a restaurant for me to be able to pay my rent and also feed myself. And also, if you took a loan before you travel to the country, you need something to be repaying it gradually, right? So what are you going to do? How are you going to carry out with these things if you don't start from somewhere small? A lot of people will tell you that there are no jobs here in Belarus or in the country that they are. It's because they don't want to start small. A lot of people will tell me today on the comment section that, oh, I didn't work as a chef or in the restaurant in my home country. Why should I come abroad and be doing this kind of jobs? That's what they are going to say, right? Before I traveled from Nigeria to Belarus, to some extent, I was doing well for myself. I had a business with few employees working to me and I was paying them salaries comfortably every month, right? But here I am in Belarus working in a restaurant for the first 6 months that I spent in the country. Who among you would step that low to do such job when you didn't do it back in your home country? But the truth is, you are new here. You don't know how to navigate your ways around. You don't understand the language, right? But then again, the bills are not going to wait for you. You have to pay these bills in order for you to buy yourself time to integrate properly into the system. So what I'm trying to say here is don't be harsh on yourself. Don't rush yourself. Give yourself time to integrate into the system. And while you are doing that, pick from somewhere small. Pick a menial job that doesn't require the knowledge of the Russian language. And, integrate while you're doing that so that you can be able to feed, so that you have a roof over your head. You don't sleep on the streets, right? That is what you need to do. Start small while you integrate and build your way across. After that, I started working as an English teacher, as you can see on the screen, teaching children how to speak English, because a lot of them wants to learn English, probably to study in English schools or travel to English speaking countries and all of that. I started doing that. And while I was doing that, I was also promoting a brand, making videos, as you can see on this screen. I became a promoter. I was earning from there gradually. That was me integrating into the system. And now while I was doing that, I was also practicing the language. I didn't have a lot of time to go to the Russian language or schools. So I was learning on YouTube at my spare time. That is how to integrate into a system, not complaining and blaming everybody for not getting the job of your dream when you have not even spent up to 6 months or 1 year in the country already. Was it that easy back home for you in your country? So if it was that, why did you move to a different country then? If it wasn't that easy for you in your country, how do you expect it's going to be bed of all roses in the first 6 months that you move to a new country? It takes time for you to integrate, right? And eventually I found a good job for myself where I'm working currently. I've been working with this company for the past 1.5 years now, and I'm still working in the company. It's an English speaking job where I don't require Russian language, and it's an international job. And my salary is good. My salary is okay for me. I'm doing well for myself. While I was integrating into the system, the country also provided me with other basic amenities that I didn't have access to freely back home in my country. The security, the electricity, the internet, everything was there at my disposal. I didn't have to fight for it like we do back home, just to get access to good electricity, to get access to good road, to get access to good transportation, to get access to good internet. They were all at my disposal. Then I made use of them, right? I started my content creation. I created a YouTube channel, started posting videos consistently. And within a year, my YouTube channel was monetized. I started earning from my YouTube channel. And also, I started TikTok too. My TikTok videos are doing well now. It's all about consistency. It's not going to pick up the first few months that you're starting. My TikTok page, I've been posting for a long time. If you scroll down, you see that most of the videos are not even getting up to 300 views. But did I give up? No, that is consistency. I continue posting. And now I've started making money off of these social media platforms. That is integration. That is building yourself. That is giving yourself time to integrate and grow. But a lot of people come into a new place, the place where you've not even spent up to 6 months yet. You have not spent 1 year yet. You have not asked questions. You have not asked people who are doing well for themselves to guide you on how they did these things so that they can help you. And you're already blaming the whole world, blaming the country for your misfortune, for your impatience. This is not how life works. If you want to get something tangible from life, you have to be consistent and you have to be patient. And I can say proudly that in the few years, less than 3 years that I've spent in this country, I've achieved what I couldn't achieve for myself in the 27 years that I spent back home in my own country. That's what I can boldly say. In less than 3 years, I'm working in a very good company. I have my social media platforms monetized that I'm earning from. I have my son that you can see on the screen. I'm happily married to my lovely wife, my supporting wife that you can see them on the screen. In less than 3 years, I was able to achieve all of this. And I achieved them because of patience, consistency. I'm not being too hard on myself. I'm not running out on the social media, blaming other people's for what I couldn't do for myself. Anyways, I don't want to talk too much on this, but anyways, if you're interested in getting any kind of visa to travel to Belarus or to Poland, be it work visa, study visa, or private invitation, or as a freelancer, just do well to type interested in the comment section, and I'll be right in your DM showing you how to get this done. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.